Hi, welcome to another video. So, there's a new model in RooCode, Cline, OpenCode, Cursor, and some more places called Sonic. Sonic is supposed to be a new model from some company, which I'll talk about in a bit. But for the config, it comes with a 262K context window, and it is free for about 72 hours on RooCode, and doesn't have any limits. So, you can use it for free without any issues, at least while it's available. You just need to get a RooCode Cloud account, then sign in with it, and then just go to the settings. You should be able to use it accordingly. If you wish to use it in Cline, then you can do that as well by going there, logging into your Cline account, and then using the Sonic model through there. It is also free there, so you can use it accordingly. The model provider is not revealed, but the general consensus is that this is the Grok Code model. It makes sense because Grok teased it a while back, and the reasoning traces, as well as the speed, context window, and everything else, hint towards that. So, there's that. But now, we can also talk about the performance. But before proceeding, let me tell you about NinjaChat. NinjaChat is an all-in-one AI platform where, for just $11 per month, you get access to top AI models like GPT-4o, Claude-4 Sonnet, and Gemini 2.5 Pro, all in one place. I've been using Gemini for quick research, but what's really cool is their AI playground, where you can compare responses from different models side by side. Their mind map generator is a game changer for organizing complex ideas as well. The basic plan gives you 1,000 messages, 30 images, and 5 videos monthly, with higher tiers available if you need more. Use my code KING25 for 25% off any plan, or KING40 yearly for 40% off annual subscriptions. Check the link in description to try it yourself. Now, back to the video. So, I tested it. I tested it raw, without any temperature or RooCode system prompt. I did that by using the RooCode Cloud API specifications, as in their source code, and I was able to get that working. When you use it in Roo, it is set to a temperature of about 0.7 along with a max token output limit capped at about 16K, which is interesting. And I get why they might have done that, because it can get stuck in a bit of a reasoning trap, similar to the other Grok models. Also, I'm pretty confident that this is an XAI model, because, as you can see here, it outputs an element called number of sources used, which I think is only outputted in the XAI API. That makes me extremely confident that this is a Grok Code model, or at least some model from XAI. This element is outputted when live search is enabled on the model. So, it might be that this model comes with live search enabled. So, compare it accordingly. Anyway, I tested it on my own tests. I've made my tests where I now give a score to each response out of a total of 20, which accounts for code quality, functionality, and everything. And I'd say that this is a fine coding model. Also, this is a reasoning model, and it kind of auto-reasons where it thinks it needs to, which is fine. But you need to consider that when comparing. I think this will be competitively priced with GPT-5 Mini, making me believe that this will be a good budget reasoning model. If this is priced near Sonnet, then that's bad, because it isn't as good as Sonnet. Sonnet is great, even without reasoning, as it can make some good floor plans and stuff. If I show you the responses from it, then it's obviously bad at general tasks, which is fine. But in coding, the floor plan, which is a mixture of planning and coding, it fails, as it basically makes a chunky block and nothing else, which is interesting. Similarly, the SVG panda looks like a donkey. A Pokéball in ThreeJS is also pretty bad. It looks like an Ultra Ball with dark colors. Anyway, the chess autoplay is fine, but the moves it makes are pretty random. And it also doesn't make legal moves at some parts, like it doesn't account for checkmate and stuff like that. So, there's that. The best thing it made was the Minecraft clone in Kandinsky style. It's pretty great. It doesn't follow physics, and it's more like God mode, but still, it's fine. The layout and everything is great, with randomness every time you launch. So, I liked it. The butterfly in the garden is also quite good. It's not as good as the GPT-5 Mini generation. The garden isn't as dense and detailed, but it's still pretty great nonetheless. The CLI tool in Rust also gave a lot of errors, so I marked it accordingly. And there's a new question, which is to ask for a Blender script in order to make a Pokéball. It looks fine, but not great. Yeah, so I marked it accordingly. Anyway, it scores the 7th position on the leaderboard, which is good. But the pricing will make or break it because the tool calling and stuff in this model is great. If it comes anywhere above the GPT-5 Mini model, then I won't recommend it. But if it is at the same price as GPT-5 Mini, then I'd highly recommend it. GLM 4.5 still amazes me because it's such a good open model, and companies are still chasing that gold spot. It's in the top 3 while being an open model, which I think is quite amazing. So yeah, there's that. Also, this isn't multimodal, while GPT-5 Mini is multimodal. So, it lacks that feature as well. GPT-5 Mini is a really good model for the price, especially after they fixed it in the API. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see where they position this one. I am pretty confident that this is a model from XAI and probably a Grok Code model, because the API schema's num sources used is not used by any other API providers. It is only used by them. So yeah, this is probably just that. But I might be wrong. So, take it with a grain of salt. That is majorly about it. Go ahead and use it, and let me know what you guys think about it as well. I'll do some more coding with it in the meantime to see where it stands for me in real-life use cases. You can use it in OpenCode as well, if you'd like to have a terminal experience, or just use Roo or Cline like I'm using. It's also on Cursor, so you can use that as well. Also, as I was testing this a bit more, I found out that it is pretty bad at instruction following, like one of the very recent models that I see being this bad. A very basic example is this. Here, I asked it to tell me what the project is about, and what it did was that it started to analyze and then do some random edits like design, implement, and whatnot, which I didn't even hint it at. So, yeah, I can't run it on auto-approve at all, and it has a pretty good amount of hallucinations as well. So, yeah, after using it for a bit more, I think that you should keep your expectations a lot low. It's not as great as GPT-5 Mini. Yeah, so there's that. Overall, it's pretty cool. Anyway, share your thoughts below and subscribe to the channel. You can also donate via Super Thanks option or join the channel as well and get some perks. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.